Hot coffee. Shouldn't complain because that's the way we want it, right? Okay. Hope you guys are all having a good day. It's TGIS. Thank God it's Sherry. Ouch. Alrighty. Hi, Kara. Hi, Blackburn. Thanks for joining. How's everybody doing today? I hope you have your coffee or your tea or your drink. So I wanted to talk about the case that's going on right now of Randall Pruitt. We now know that, hey, Trudy, you've been missing me. Here you are. Yay. You made it. State holiday. Nice. Very nice. What's the holiday for you? Hello, Too Crazy Alex. How you doing? So very glad you got your notice. Yay. I'm so glad it's working. That's awesome. I was hoping that things would kind of arrange themselves if you tried the unclicking. TGIS, Lisa, I did just say that, sweetie. You just missed it. Snow day, home with the kiddos. You know what's interesting is I was recently talking with Nancy about the snow days and how interesting it is that the weather has changed. Back in my day, they never shut the schools down. I mean, it didn't matter if it was blizzarding and minus 40. We still went to school, but I mean, it's not like that anymore. It seems like the schools have sort of sensitized to the kids and, portraying them, putting them out through that, some of us were walking, some of us didn't get the bus, right? So I was just like, I told her, I was like, I kind of chuckle at the fact that they close things down now and stuff, because back in my day, they just didn't do that. That's so funny. But times change, Hey, Burr, you were just thinking of me right before you got the notification. Ooh, ooh. Yes, right? Hey, Christopher, Andrew. I'm super pretty. Well, thank you. You're so sweet. Rise up. Hi, Miss Sherry. Do I plan to do a review on the cases of wrongful death or wrongful conviction of Jerry McDonald, for example, or Jeffrey, sorry. I can look into it a little bit. We'll see what the facts of it are. It depends on kind of who's involved and whether or not I'll share the story. So let me write down the name and then I can look into it another time. But I mean, wrongful conviction cases such as the ones that have already been overturned are like way more interesting to me because they've already gone through the process and you can really see who was sort of wrong in the process. Wrong throughout the wrong throughout the case and development of it. Pruitt, people been trying to stop people from talking about the Pruitt case. I don't know. I don't think that there's anything they're going to be able to really, they're not going to be able to stop the society from talking about these kinds of things, especially when they slap them all over the news. Honestly, it's what gives the public the notification, if you will, that something's going on somewhere in the world that's just crazy and we can't seem to wrap our mind around. I mean, it's heinous that this man, allegedly abused her for 12 years. And that, I mean, unfortunately, in my opinion, you guys, the way that Bryan Rogers went about what he did was smart, but not so smart. If he would have gone directly to police with that footage immediately after getting it with the girl, I think things would be different for him right now. But he didn't. He just thought he would protect her when really it should have been a legal thing. He can't get away with doing something like that, to a minor. It's absolutely brutal. And I can relate with the rape. And that's what really bugs me about this, is that it's involving a young girl who lost her virginity to rape, which is exactly what happened to me. And I mean, it's crazy that now she has to live with all the negative thoughts and the stigmas that are going to be attached to that, and you could clearly see in the affidavit that she's having trouble dealing with this and didn't even want to have to gather the evidence. However, I understand where Bryan was coming from in wanting that evidence, to really make sure he didn't get into trouble. But him not taking that to the authorities is what got him in trouble. Like, it was like, whatever. We'll see how that pans out, but February 12th. Oh, it's Abraham Lincoln's birthday. Nice. Okay, Blackburn. I was wondering what the holiday was in your state. And the other thing is that people are quick to jump all over Christine, who, Christine Pruitt, saying that she should have known and stuff like that. It's, I would honestly say, like, it's easy for these people sometimes to hide these kinds of things, and they go through great detail in order to hide these things. And I mean, he's been caught by having this recorded, and good for her, smart of her. Back in the day, that wasn't something that was even an option, kind of thing, unless you had a video camera. So really smart, but I think we shouldn't be too quick to judge Christine. It's very possible that Randall did a really good job of hiding this from her. Now, if it later comes out that she had some knowledge on this, then that's going to be another story and probably another legal dispute, right? So, hi, Boysen, how are you? You can send me a hypnosis regarding the Jeffrey McDonald wrongful conviction. Absolutely, Rise Up. My email's in my About Me. You can absolutely send that to me. Hey, Sheila, how's it going? Hey, Amanda, you're just stopping in to say hello? Heading for a root canal. Yay, so much fun. They are related to Scott Pruitt of Trump's crew? I don't know. Well, whatever, I think if they've done something wrong, it really doesn't matter who you are. And that's in the proof of all these celebrities that are now getting into trouble legally because of some of their actions throughout the past, right? I mean, it's all over the place. So but I don't think it should matter who you are. If you've done something like that and, it's illegal, you've ruined someone else's life, you've taken away their ability to say yes or no, that's wrong. It doesn't matter who you are. So would Mr. President Trump be okay with that happening to his grandchildren, perhaps? Or, would he be all right with all of that then? Probably not. So just because they're related doesn't mean that it's, in connection either. Just because even if that's true, which I don't know, but even if that's true, it really doesn't have any connection to the actual crime and what's happened. It's kind of like people, blaming the Watts family for Chris and what he did. It really doesn't, it doesn't really line up. You know what I mean? To each their own. You have to be held accountable for your own actions, and that's that kind of thing, Hey, Ree McLaughlin, how are you? Trudy. Oops, I'm so sorry. Shoot. I did not mean to. I clicked the wrong button there, Trudy. Darn it. Can you maybe resend that? That sucks. Maybe I'll copy and paste it for you. Sorry, Trudy. There. Of course, I support longer sentences. You're in love with my necklace? Oh, thanks. Thank you. Trump can't use what? Your sentence doesn't make any sense. Hi, Suvash. How are you? Hi, Maria. Hey, Heather. How's it going, honey? Hey, Cats ASMR. Aw, you're so sweet. I'm gorgeous. You look gorgeous too, sweetheart. Aw, thanks. Much love, Amy. How you doing, honey? Not a good way to go about helping her. Yeah, no, it was a good way, but it wasn't a constructive way in how he finished with helping her. I mean, did he think that he was just going to have her live there forever and nobody was ever going to know? And I don't know what the mentality was behind that, but I understand him wanting the proof. And as heinous and as hard as that was for her to do, I commend her for doing that, because if she didn't, and this was all just verbal accusations and there was no proof, you guys, we probably wouldn't be sitting here talking about this right now. But because there's a video of it, a 7-minute long video that she had to endure in order to get this proof, like, my God. I mean, good for her, but, you know, I just don't, I don't think that he should have at that point kept that in, you know, his possession and didn't turn that over to the police. Like, we're talking about the Randall Pruitt case. Bryan Rogers is now also accused, you know, and more than likely from having not turned in the evidence and just lying to the police saying that she wasn't there and stuff. Had he have gone in to get her some help from the authorities, I think this would be a really different case for him specifically. But, you know, I'm sure the judge is going to weigh all of these things along with his history and character and stuff before, you know, throwing the book at him or something, you know, because he did do a really good thing. But and it's shitty that that's the way the world works, you guys. But I mean, honestly, these days, if you don't have proof, what the hell do you have, really? You just have word against word. You need proof with everything these days. Well, anything and everything, I feel like. It's probably just the best way to live is to always keep proof and evidence of things, you know? You're funny. I don't know. Somebody said that the Randall Pruitt might be related to Scott Pruitt with the Trump thing or something. I don't know. I'm not sure how true any of that is. You're doing better now with me. What's TYSM? What's that, Amy? I'm so bad with little abbreviations sometimes. Good here, having coffee. Nice. Excuse me. Trudy says, I said rape isn't sex, it's brutal physical violation. Your spiritual virginity remained. What he stole was innocence. Absolutely. And it's alleged that he stole that over 12 years, you know. I just don't want the public in general rushing to bash the crap out of Christine in case she really truly didn't know anything about this, you know. Longer sentences, unfortunately, are not the best solution in certain countries. Europe, they don't have longer sentences over there yet. Crime rates decrease and are relatively low. Yeah, I think each country is different and it depends on the economics of what's going on, as well as the black market, you know, what's going on with the streets and what's going on with all of that. Hey, Chica Child, how's it going, honey? I have like a hair that's tickling the back of my arm. Old Soul Maggie, how's it going? Trudy, it's good. Yeah. Hey, Brar, how are you? Oh, thank you so much. Oh my goodness. See, of course it made total sense. It was just the most simple thing, Amy. Thank you so much. I'm just like, as if, of course it was just that. It does not look good because he's older than her. Yeah, of course. But he also didn't turn her in and turn that video in either, Old Soul Maggie. So that's going to make it look a little bad for him, you know? But I feel like if he would have just taken the evidence in with her when she showed up there, he wouldn't necessarily be sitting behind bars right now, is what I mean, Glad you caught your live during a work day. Yes. You know what? Let me grab my book, Boysen. If I can find my book. Hang on. Kind of makes him look like a creeper too. A little bit. You're right, Old Soul Maggie. But if while he was protecting her and he wasn't also sleeping with her, he may have just done a good thing, just not fully the right way. But that'll come out with courts, right? In the court system. Okay, so Heather and Boysen, both of you know what the Karasoon and Sleep It law is. Can you please explain that to me? I'd really appreciate it. I'm actually looking up the Sleep It law, but what, Boysen? I'm just going to check this right quick. What have I missed? Nasty Nate. Not too much. We're just talking about Randall Pruitt and Bryan Rogers. Carson. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. I just wanted to see what the heck this was. You know nothing, Kara, on the case? Well, okay, so Randall Pruitt and Christina Pruitt are foster family, And their 14-year-old foster daughter went missing on January 14th. They couldn't find her until January 31st. And I mean, it was basically alleged that and found out to be true that he had been raping her, and that was her reason for running away. She's homeschooled too, you guys, but his bail's been set at $2 million. And, you know, Bryan Rogers asked her to collect a video of it. And so she subjected herself to 7 minutes of this, you know, Randall Pruitt raping her, just in order to have the proof of, you know, that this was happening to her and get some help. I wonder if she ever turned to social services. I wonder if, you know, she ever told anybody else, you know, about this. So, oh, I think you're right. Sorry, I think it was a stepchild. Sorry. But I think that, you know, I noticed like society jumping all over the mom and like, what if she knew about it and all of this stuff. And I just feel like they wouldn't have just, if they had some proof of that, you guys, they wouldn't just be letting her, you know, be free, you know? And then Bryan Rogers, you know, collecting this video from her or whatever, what he did was he ended up just sort of holding on to it. Nobody actually went to turn it in and go to the authorities with it. So I think that's why he's in trouble. Also, Maggie, you like the gaming channel, Old Soul Maggie? You have to take issue with this guy asking for this video. I know it's a little bit creepy, but I can understand because he's an adult and she's a minor, why he'd want to have some proof in a sense. What I don't understand is why he didn't take that to go to the authorities with it. Why did he hold on to it and just, you know, sit on it with her in his house and nobody did anything, you know? Well, Trudy, the child's 14 years old. I really don't think it's very respectful of us to start smashing her name all over the internet. So I think that's kind of a inappropriate question, don't you? But I understand, Chica Chilled, where you're coming from, because it's just it is a little bit weird. What will make this more illegal is if he was actually doing anything with her sexually as well. So, and I'm sure that'll come out in the courts because this is just getting started. So. You thought it was your daughter? Oh, no way. That's so cute. No, I just think, like, obviously we already know that she's only 14 years old. So I don't think that's, you know, I mean, it's different if someone's missing and we're concerned to smash their name all over the internet. But, you know, this person's been through hell and back, you guys, and she's only 14. I can't imagine the struggles that she faces. And you can see that in the affidavit and her concern with what she had said to Bryan about how it was going to have to resubject her to him in order to get that freaking proof. And she was already suicidal and didn't want to have to deal with that. Like, I honestly hope this woman survives this, that she's able to come out a fine woman in the end, you know, stronger because of this, you know. But I mean, she's a minor, so, you know, she definitely doesn't deserve to be dragged through anything worse. I think it's horrible enough that she's going to have to even live through the court process of this, you guys, you know. It's always hard to, you know, rehash something horrible that's happened to you. So when you're young, it's even harder, you know, you don't have all those tools to help you deal with things emotionally during that process, right? So, I mean, they are very subject to highs and lows of depression and suicide, you know, thoughts and stuff like that. So I just think we have to be careful, you know. And I mean, if she ever does see something like this, I hope she's empowered by the encouragement to her strength, and that she doesn't allow this to beat her in a sense that, it takes her over. Hey, Lonnie, how's it going, girl? It's okay, Trudy. I'm not like getting upset at you for anything. I was just explaining that the girl is underage, so we're not going to be mentioning her name. Is there a reason why you're yelling at me? Like, seriously. It's fine if you didn't know. I was explaining it to you, so now you know. Right, Chica? Like, I didn't think I was being aggressive or anything, And I'm not just talking to you. I'm just explaining the story to everybody here of what we know so far, Caplocks is yelling on the internet, FYI, for anybody who didn't know. If you put something in cap locks, it's like you're yelling. It's the virtual way of yelling. It's an extraordinary case, Old Soul Maggie says, especially when you consider the victim of rape is minor, of rape is minor, usually kept anonymous. The way case unfolded with her first being publicly mentioned missing child. Yes, and I mean, her name has been all over the place, but I see no reason to continue that for her. She doesn't need that kind of extra stress in her life, You cap to stress a word? Yeah, it means you're usually emphasizing it, for sure, yeah. Really test the fine lines of the law now. Yes, absolutely, Old Soul Maggie. But it's also going to, I believe that it's going to reinforce what the law is there for. I mean, for something like this to happen to her, allegedly over the length of period of time that it did, it's unfortunate. And she's not the only one, you guys. There are millions of people in the world that are going through some kind of sexual abuse at the hands of somebody that they know, and it's very, very feasibly possible that her mother knew nothing about it. And, he hid it very well. I hope that that's the case, because unfortunately, I feel like the world's going to hate her if she knew about this and didn't protect her daughter and stop it, Okay, Growing Topia Prime, could you please fuck off? I can't even click the button in order to get you the fuck off my channel, but you're really pissing me off. So don't come in here and start fucking attacking any of my viewers or me, because I don't appreciate it and I won't tolerate it. Now cut it out and get out. The fuck's wrong with you? Sorry, Trudy. I wish I could eliminate him, but my buttons aren't working again because of my lovely technology issues. So I really wish I could just kick him out of my fucking channel and block him, but it's not allowing me to. So unfortunately, until we get a mod in here that's, just text her, where are you? But she's probably at work. I can't really be demanding. That's not nice. But I really don't appreciate somebody coming in and attacking anybody. And I will squash that shit right quick. The fuck out. Hi, Christina. Sorry, just getting mad at a troll, but we're dealing with it. The troll's name is Growing Topia Prime. Should be Growing Idiot. But seriously, I feel like they push my buttons on purpose like this just to get me pissed off. I don't have a problem showing my being upset, by the way. My type of personality is that I will stand up for myself. I can admit when I'm wrong, but I will definitely make sure that I don't let anybody get hurt. Like, this is ridiculous. Here's my Clary. Let's see if she pops on. Yeah, I mean, but you might be able to block him on your individual thing or whatever, but it's not going to work to get him off of my channel. And I don't appreciate trolls. I really have no use or need for them at all. You've never heard me get mad? Of course you have. You've listened to my speeches about my family, about the courts that I've dealt with my own children. I've been mad many times on here. You've heard me get mad at the platform because I thought things weren't working properly because I thought it was their fault. I mean, you guys have heard me get mad several times, and I don't have that embarrassment factor of, oh no, I might be saying something wrong here. You know, if I feel like something is genuinely not correct, I will straighten that shit out really quick. I don't have a problem with it. You ran back to your computer with the vacuum. That's fine. What's going on? No, but seriously, I don't appreciate that. He's calling her names and he's just being childish. And it's like, I don't have time for that. So get lost, you know? And I'm never embarrassed to stand up for myself. Like, that's not something that I think is wrong. I may be a little brash, but that's my personality. So, you know, that's who I am. No, probably not. I'm sure that YouTube took care of it or something for me, which is brutally nice of them. Like, seriously. Brash is awesome, you know? Yeah, like, I don't have a problem being forward, you know? If somebody's doing something wrong, like, shit, I'll say something, especially if it's to somebody else that I'm, like, we're trying to interact here, and he comes in trying to be a doofus. Like, get lost. I'm not always peaches and cream and smiles and pies and all that. I have my moments where I get pissed off. Yeah, no, I don't think it's wrong. I think it's a positive way to express yourself, especially if somebody's, you know, not being polite or whatever. So there's being cordial and then there's just being rude. Press the like button for Sherry. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. So, you know, back to the Pruitt case or whatever, I think that it's really strong of her, the 14-year-old, to, you know, be brave enough to create that, to catch that on video, to go through that again, put herself through that again from Randall, right? Her stepdad. And I thought it was a foster thing. I don't know why I thought that, you guys. I have too many cases going on and too many mixed things happening. So I'm really sorry about that. Little Eddie Stotch. You're funny. Got knocked to the face by my dog. Oh, he was in my lap. He's trying to get a cookie for my daughter. Aw. So I kind of understand why Brian would want to have some proof, you know, but again, if this 31-year-old man's been doing anything also, it's not going to be a good situation. Your face hurts. Aw. Isn't it crazy to film? You can't. Well, I understand. Like, yeah, I mean, I don't know about for an exam. It depends on how recent it would have happened. It depends on if he uses any protection, whether or not, you know, there would have been anything in, you know, semen-wise inside of her. A bunch of people are popping on probably to rewind my little getting pissed off and throwing out a troll. Yay! We have my main gal. You know what, honey? Clary, my buttons are working just fine, and then all of a sudden they stopped. So I can't even kick out the troll, which he's probably long gone, but I told him off. I was just like, here's where you can go and how you can get there. Growing Topia Prime was his name. If you can block that for me, I would really appreciate that. Not just the 300 timeout. So yeah, we were just talking about Randall Pruitt and Bryan Rogers. Handle the business. Thank you, honey. I really wasn't sure if you were around or not. I'm like, I wonder where she is. I can't be too demanding. She's so awesome. Hey, Yvette, how's it going? Yeah, Burr, you got that right. 24-hour crime. Yay. Manish, can I talk to you, ma'am? What would you like to talk about, Manish? As long as it's something in relation to the discussion or okay. Yeah, she's fixing to get real. Love it. Love it. Love it. Manish, what would you like to say or talk to me about? You nursed with a girl who couldn't carry female prompts. Same situation as this girl. More thorough exam. It shows they mutilated trying to. Well, and if that's the truth, right, that it's been going on for. Yeah, I think that YouTube does stuff like that, or trolls have something that when they log on creates that you can't mess with you cannot click on the 3-dotted button in order to take them out. So I'm not really sure how to fix that. But if it's true, Trudy, that she was, molested for like 12 years and, he penetrated her too young and all of that, she would have internal damage. That's true. Yes, that's true, Trudy. You're right about that. But I don't know. I guess he was just thinking logically, have a video of it. It's proof that he's really doing it. What is your question, Manish? I asked you. What? Excuse me. Yeah, it's the truth. The insides would not be able to grow properly, especially if there's been insertion and things being put into that person's body too young of an age to be able to handle that, sadly. But to have anything in there currently, like I honestly feel like they should have went straight to the police when he picked her up, but he just brought her straight to his place. And, he didn't turn in the video. He didn't say anything about it. He let them come to him with it. And that's not a good thing. Like, was that for you, Trudy, that you're saying that? You or the girl you nursed, sorry. Yeah, that's pretty sad. Can anyone tell me what's going on in here? Manish, I have managed to build a platform that is open and accepting. You're able to share your thoughts, your opinions, and your opinions without being attacked or abused. You can pretty much do or say what you want as long as you're not being sexual and you're not attacking another person or myself or being rude, belittling, insulting. Other than that, this is one of the most accepting platforms on YouTube platform, in my opinion. So what's going on here? We like to talk about true stories. We like to discuss what makes people do things the way they do things and why. She's a minister now. Wow. Brian, 31, he was way too old to go around a 14-year-old. I absolutely agree with that, old soul Maggie. That's why I feel like if he was trying to help her, he really should have went straight to authorities with the video as well as her as soon as he sort of brought, like, the next day, right? If it's the middle of the night, all right, you wait maybe a night, right? Get a good night's rest where you don't have to worry about somebody coming in your room or whatever they're doing, you know. What type of questions can you ask? Well, we can talk about anything and everything. We're just not here to make it sexual or hit on people. I mean, we're just, we're just here enjoying each other's company, I do not want my child playing on Roblox anymore. So creepy. What is the Roblox? I remember that I read that that's how they had been chatting. So is that like a meeting site, or like, I haven't looked into the app to see what it was. If anybody can give me a short description, that would be great. I was just thinking that, Trudy. I was like, what did she say now? You're funny, Trudy. So, I don't know. No problem. Love it. Love it, Clary. But I mean, I do understand the issue with having, this grown ass man, um, getting that kind of video and then just sitting on it and sitting with her. I mean, yeah, my back hurts every day, 24-hour crime. Thought it was 7 my time. Clary, so Tuesdays is 12 noon, but well, that's where Bryan Rogers and the 14-year-old that was missing from the Pruitt family home were using to communicate, Clary. That's why you're always late on Tuesday. You're cute. And I just thought, oh, she's busy. We're just glad you made it. Love it, Lisa. Of course. We're always glad when Clary makes it to strong arm and lick a wrench. But apparently that's what they were using Clary to communicate. So I don't know. Is that what it is? Is it just like a communication app or something? Like, is it like another WhatsApp in a sense, or what? Like, I haven't looked into the app, for crying out loud. I should just pull it up on my phone and look at it, right? I still have to listen to your recording, Clary. I'm sorry I haven't had a minute yet. It's a game thing. Oh, no way. Really? Well, that's so okay. So they're communicating through the gaming site then. That's what that is? Holy crap, you guys. There's like 55.5K people on this thing. But I mean, isn't it like that on all gaming things, you guys? Is there even a way that they could try to regulate something like that age-wise? Probably not. How do you really know? I think there should be a law about the homeschooled things, for crying out loud, too. I mean, why does it seem like, the homeschooled situation seem to be going through a lot of hiding of things and stuff. Like there should be more monitoring of stuff like that, in my opinion. It shouldn't just be like because you're in your own home and you can do whatever the hell you want against anybody that's else that lives there. I mean, that's just ridiculous, right? But how are we going to regulate something like this is what I'm wondering. There should be some law for child who are sexually abused. Yeah, there is. But it's monitoring something like that. How the heck do you do that, right? You didn't know they could chat. Well, apparently you can chat on all the gaming things that you can interact with other people, I guess, right? But I mean, I understand why she was reaching out for help too, right? If she didn't have that to connect, how would she have reached out for help necessarily? I mean, she did have a cell phone and stuff like that, but I don't know. I think it's really, really unfortunate that he made the decision to not do anything with the video that he had gotten as proof from her. At that point, he should have been taking her into the police station with that video, and I don't think he would have been in trouble at all. Yeah, I just looked it up, Old Soul Maggie. I think you probably just have to really monitor something like that as a parent if you're allowing your child to, maybe have it on a speaker system so you can hear who's talking to your child. I would imagine that would be. That name Narendra sounds familiar, Manisha, but I don't know, or Manish, sorry. I homeschooled, but people I know who would ask me about it are so often losers. Sorry, but it's true. You homeschooled, but people would ask about it were so often losers. I don't understand what you mean, Trudy. What I mean about the monitoring thing is like, I don't know, like they really, like if you notice, right, the Turpin family was also homeschooled, but they were hiding them from society in a sense, And now this situation is homeschooled. Whose idea was that? Was that his, or was it the mother's? I don't know. It seems like it's a really easy loophole to hide things that are happening that are really bad within the home. Yeah, I would say if you're monitoring it, Clary, that's probably fine. As long as you can hear, who's talking to your kid. But like in this situation, she needed to use it in order to access that helpline, that lifeline, to get out of that house, Cannot say that the U.S. public schools are better than homeschooling, but not all parents. But no parents who homeschool abuse their kids. No, that's absolutely true. There are strict laws in most states, but there are loose laws in a lot of states. Like California had to amend their schooling laws, especially homeschool stuff, because of the Turpin case. I'll be having a chat with him. He is home because it's another snow day here. Definitely going to find out what is going on. Or, Heather, even to make sure that nobody's cyberbullying as well. If this is something you can interact with other people online directly, you would want to protect them, that somebody isn't just, completely demeaning them and putting them down and, doing inappropriate things online directly into their ear, in a sense, Homeschooling hates to say that A lot of people that asked her about the process, etc., were losers, creepers. Well, I'm not necessarily talking about the process. So here's the thing in the Turpin case, you guys. Nobody ever turned in anything. Like, there was nobody that ever found out to see if there's education was actually happening the way it was supposed to happen. There was no guideline. There was no reporting. There was no attendance. There was no testing. There was no exams. There was no, like, what the heck is he doing if he's not actually educating? As far as David Turpin goes, you know what I mean? He registered his home to be a school and stuff. It's different, Heather and you know, Lisa and Trudy and people who have been, you guys were talking about this right now. It's different if you are actually doing something good by homeschooling and instilling your ways of teaching things and, you know, really doing that. But you can see that some people are abusing that. And I feel like we need to do something about that, you know? And I'm from Canada, Manish. Too risky though, Sherry. I don't like that. Right. Clary, you're talking about the app or whatever? No, she used it to save her, right? But I mean, you're connecting and stuff with these kinds of things. You don't know who's on the other end. Thank God she had a lifeline and help, and he was a decent person in a sense. But like, we don't even fully really know all of that yet. So thank you for the compliment, Manish. Saying we have to check homeschooled kids. What would be next? Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know, old soul Maggie. I know what you mean by that, right? Because you are within your own home and you have your own rights and all of that stuff. But don't you guys feel like that's slowly being taken away little bit by little bit anyways? You know, in a sense, we really are changing laws to kind of take away your option of choices and stuff, in a sense, you know, and run it the way like government wants or whatever. So we check on children who are not enrolled into school yet. Yeah, it's a fine line. I totally agree with you, old soul Maggie. And it's nice to have the interaction that we can bounce this off of each other, you know? And I don't know if there's even a solution. I would imagine that this is part of the problem, is that there is no way to fully monitor something like this without stepping over your basic constitutional human rights, you know? I don't know. So it is a fine line. It's hard. I'm glad we're discussing it though. This is nice, you know. Another mom pointed it out to me. We went through her entire friend list. We had to narrow it down to the people she knew from school and their mutuals. We could verify her safe. That's a good way to do that, old soul Maggie. Make sure that they know the bad adults who prey on the kids. Yeah, that's a really good idea too. So I guess my next question, you guys, is there any way, in your opinion, that this is something that can be stopped in the future from happening to other people? Or do you think there's no way to regulate this ever? I'm just gonna grab a coffee. I'll be right back. What are you spreading awareness on, Manish? That's what I like to do, spread awareness. You gotta worry about people in school, daycares, even your own home, hurting your kids. Where is it safe? Yes, exactly, Kara. Going to be so quick to take two extreme situations and become paranoid of all homeschool parents. No, I don't think it's paranoia. I mean, it's just like, you know, can anything ever really be closely monitored if you're homeschooled? You know what I mean? Nothing was able to be monitored as far as the Turpin family went, you know? And look at what happened to them for over 29 years for the oldest. You know, and this girl's only 14, you guys, and allegedly for 12 of those years, she's supposedly being, you know, hurt by Randall. A real bad wind. Have a good day too, Crazy Alex. Is it okay? I understand what you meant. I think the Turpin case would have been prevented by the neighbors. Yeah, that's very possible, Old Soul Maggie. Nobody really wanted to say anything. I was afraid to say that. Yeah, but if you see a neighbor who has a ton of kids and they never leave their house, yeah, you're right about that. Yeah. I'm schooling my little boy who has autism. Yeah, I don't think that homeschooling is a bad thing, you know. I just wonder, is there any way, you guys, that things can be monitored, you know, to make sure that people are safe? But I mean, there's children that go into the regular public schools, the same thing. You know, they're abused and it gets hidden and not really noticed or recognized or reported, you know. Yes, I'm on Facebook, Manish, for crying out loud. Sheesh. Who remembers the wolf pack? The kids were kept in an apartment, right? Public housing. How did that happen? Social services in New York let the kids stay. I did not hear about that, actually, Old Soul. I really didn't hear about that. Hello, Philly kid. My day's going okay. Mr. Ruse. It's 1 o'clock for me. Zahir, hello. Situation is exactly why we need to be really careful about how much regulation we demand about homeschooling. Yeah, I think for me, I think we should just demand, of course, like reporting and stuff like that. There should be a proof of the education process that's happening with the kids at that house or whatever, you know? Nice to meet you too, Ruse. We are talking about Randall Pruitt and Bryan Rogers. They are involved with the 14-year-old missing girl that's been found now. Manish, is your name the exact same on here as it is on Facebook, or is it a completely different name? Most children go to the doctor. I would say the community and the people around us, but if the parents isolate the kids like they were. Exactly, right? Old Soul Maggie, it's like, how is anybody going to be able to notice? You know what I mean? Seems logical that kids would be tested and seen once in a while by the Board of Education just to make sure the kids are learning. That would be good, yeah. My name is the same. I don't change my name. I remember them. Wolfpack. To make sure they're actually being taught. Yeah, I think that they should have to kind of, you know, go into maybe even to the school like once a year for testing or something to make sure that they've, you know, they've learned exactly. Don't you have to be friends first before you send a friend request? Chica Chilled, I wish I could say that's the case, but honestly, with my Facebook specifically, I was doing some online advertising on all these different sites in 2015. And I was selling the skincare line that you guys have seen me use in the past called Jeunesse. Anyways, I did a bunch of advertising. I had like a crap ton of friend requests from it. And I thought it was people that were like-mindedly interested in my business. And I started to mass accept. I didn't really check. I just sort of started like accepting everything, everybody, and like doubled my friends and ended up with a crap ton of scammers and, you know, marriage proposals and dick pics and all kinds of crap. And very few that were actually interested in my business. So lesson learned, but it was too far into so many people that I had already accepted. It was like, whatever, you know, it is what it is now. So I've tried to clean it up some, but it's just so many people. And then I've added more since, of course, but that's why mine is the way that it is. It is a creative, standardized testing, etc. Yeah, like some kind of a standardized testing, absolutely, you know, for sort of each year would prevent, I think, you know, from having basic bare minimum, you know, education being brought to the children. The parents at that point would have to be somewhat accountable if they know that their child has to go in for a certain amount of testing, you know? Yes, Manish. I know, right, Trudy? Ay. You got that right. My skin looks great. Well, thank you. I kind of have naturally clear skin, you know. It's really noticeable actually when I do get a blemish because it's pretty blemish free. But Absalom, the Great. You know what, Absalom? If you think I don't know what the hell that means, you better just get out of here right now. Clary's gonna come over here and lick her wrench, and I'm gonna yell at you. So you better just be careful. Creepy is right, Chica. Oh, I so regretted it, but it was like, what do I do? Short of shutting down and restarting up a whole new profile, which I really did not want to do, I was just like, whatever, we're just going to leave it. Clary, can you take care of some of these people, honey? Thank you. Hey, Deborah, how's it going? Hello, Sahin. I don't know what the heck you said, but hello. Philly Kid says, I hate the snow. It's not bad if you're dressing for the weather. It's really not that bad. You got lots of snow? Whereabouts are you in BC, eh? We've got way too much, honestly. I could do without it. Hey, Laura. Thank you for your donation. I did receive it. In the defense of homeschool kids, please look up statistics of homeschool versus traditional. I have no doubt in my mind that there are plenty of amazing homeschools going on all around the world. It's the few that, you know, that aren't good, that they do have abusive things happening in there that are concerning, and there just doesn't seem to be any way to avoid that. That's my That's my concern, right? It's like, how do you regulate something when you're talking about interfering in someone's personal space, right? At that point, trying to dictate what they should and shouldn't be doing in their own private home. And yes, you did it right. It worked. Thank you so much, Laura. That's okay, Clary. I already yelled at somebody earlier, told them to get the fuck out of here, pretty much. I was not impressed. Wasn't being very nice to Trudy. Philly Kid says, I mean, when they get older, let's just say if they get a job as a car salesman, they want to know how to speak to somebody in person because it's not a computer. I don't think that homeschool has anything to do with like the computer skills and stuff like that. I think what you're trying to refer to is like your public relations and you're dealing with other people. But I mean, they're not just sitting in the school. They also go out and do things and go on adventures and learn things outside of the home. We're just trying to figure out if there's any way ever that there's going to be some way of monitoring some of the homeschooling in order to sort of catch some of these bad things from happening. And I don't know if there is any way to do that, because you will at that point be infringing on someone's, basic human right there to choose what they would like to do and how they want to do it, right? Hey, Christine, how's it going, honey? My friends had college credits before 18 and went on to college. Yeah, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just something difficult to monitor. And when you hear of something like what's happened to the Turpin family, 13 kids, just not getting any education properly. The 17-year-old has an education of grade 1, and nobody knew any of these things. And that's unfortunate that there was no way to catch this before it all came out, I want to homeschool, but I also want my kids to have interactions with other kids. But I mean, you can do outings and, go to play dates, like public areas where your kids do get a chance to interact and share and learn and grow with other kids. That's, and I mean, I understand why some people want to do that, because the public schools do have an influence, and sometimes it's not a very positive one, right? And you don't have control over what they're teaching and how they're saying things or what your child's being treated like or whatever. So I understand the pros. I'm just trying to figure out if there is any way to avoid some of these cons, We sent my kid to school, but I did homeschool when she was pre-K when I signed her up for first, and they really scrutinized me and tested her. Oh, really? That's unfortunate that they had the right to do that. But I mean, whatever. I guess they wanted to make sure she had the proper level in order to enter into the grade. And not having known any of her history, that may have been something they had to do to get her her level of education, A girl in kindergarten didn't know what an ambulance was. It's snowing right now. Nice. Kids belong to a group, HS group in Corpus. It was great for socialization. All about growing up. Seriously. If parents want to, yeah, which wouldn't be a bad thing, because you want them to have the social interaction. You want to teach them how to deal with the public and, good and bad situations. Probably if they try to regulate homeschool too heavily. Yes. We'll lobby against it. Yeah. You know, I don't think that it necessarily has to be done a certain way. It just needs to be structurized, in my opinion, you know, kind of like a curriculum guideline, you know. Police just found 4 malnourished children locked in a dog kennel in Texas home. That is brutal. You should cover the story, 24-hour crime. Although most stories to do with, you know, strictly child things like that are not ad user friendly, just so you know. Some people get bullied by social media, and then the first thing they want to do is go grab a firearm and shoot up. Yeah, I don't know. I think everybody reacts differently, Philly kids, so it's not really fair to lump everybody who's ever been bullied that they're going to grab a firearm and shoot places up. So I don't think that's accurate. I heard the Turban kids didn't know. Oh, the ambulance meeting. Yeah, no, and they didn't know what medication was. They didn't know what a police officer was. That's for sure. What's the solution to bullying? I believe it's to strengthen the youth, you guys. I mean, if we can empower the youth to not feel like they care so much about what their peers are saying and thinking, and to be more independently courageous, even from a very young age, is not a bad thing to instill, in my opinion. Yeah, Philly kid, it all starts with how you're parenting and raising your kids. Yes, absolutely. And just teaching them, like, you know, the good and bad things that will come out of getting angry or fighting, or, you know, standing up for yourself, and how you do that, and, you know, the good and bad ways to do that, and what the consequences of are of both, you know, both actions. And you have to wonder too, that if there is somebody that's doing that bullying and you know, hurting other children and stuff, what's happening in the family dynamic of that home that's creating for that child to be like that? Are they abused? You know, does that need to be looked at, you know? A few hours ago they found 5 dead people in a Texas home. Oh my goodness. First school shootings were not down to social media. We're not due to social media. Can't even punish your kids without the law involved. Yeah, it's getting more strict, but I mean, in all honesty, parents should never be physically disciplining their children out of anger, ever. But sometimes that's not easy if you're upset, right? My family did bully me, like cousins and my brother. Cries, jerks. Just take boxing lessons. You see all these 2-year-olds in boxing lessons. I'm kidding, Poison. Right, but some parents, you know, they're already doing that to their own kids or something, and that's why they're turning around and doing it to other kids. It's usually a trickled down situation. So if there's a child that's doing it to another child, you can surely probably look up the line and find somebody, you know, doing something that's not right to that child. So my son, when he was in high school, Lisa says, I asked if he had ever been bullied. He says, are you freaking serious? I'm gonna be so rich someday that these idiots are gonna be qualified to wash my toilets. That's a good one, Lisa. Bullied all through my school year, and I turned out to be a perfect gentleman. Yeah, I was bullied too as a young kid. I'm a lot stronger now, but I sometimes am quick to anger with it as well, because of how I was bullied and stuff, you know. My brother wasn't adopted, 6 years older than me. He was so abusive. That's horrible, Trudy. Wouldn't allow it even to defend. Bullying is not okay. I completely agree. It's not therapy. It's just bullying needs attention. That's not necessarily true, though, Philly kid. There could be something going on in the home dynamic that's creating for this child to be acting out in that way. Thanks, Poison. You're so cute. Thank you. I don't know, Clary. Too funny. It's all about discipline your kids out of. It's not about disciplining your kids out of anger. It's getting your child's respect and show him. Well, you have to teach your child respect, and if you don't respect that child, that'll show. They'll be able to feel that. My brother is a big jerk too, and we get along great. Growing up, he was brutal. Didn't hit me with his words. He was mean, yeah. Yeah, that's the problem. If you don't have the respect, for sure, how are you supposed to discipline effectively even, right? Yeah, I don't know about that, old soul Maggie. Like, I mean, I understand what you mean by monitored, but don't you feel like it's a little difficult, right? If you have one teacher and even just one teacher's assistant in a room full of 30 kids, that's a lot. Teach your kids to defend themselves, but to respect others. Bullies don't pick on the ones that punch back. That's true. But that's probably not the most effective way to stand up for yourself either, right? It creates for you to have a sense at a young age that violence is okay, and that's not okay. It's not okay for anybody to hit anybody ever, right? But you should be able to teach them how to defend themselves, right? They should know how to do that. It's such a fine line, don't you think? It is about how you discipline your kid. You really have to verbally teach them too. It can't just be physical discipline, that's not going to be effective all on its own. And it could be potentially damaging. Kids learn violence, but these kids are being desensitized by video games now. Could some kids be influenced by media to become violent too? Absolutely. Anything that they're watching. It doesn't necessarily have to just be media. It can be a movie. You're funny, Clary. What? I can't. I don't know why. Oh. You're funny. My buttons aren't working, honey. I can't do anything. Sorry, Laura. She didn't do it on purpose. She really didn't. The scrolling thing. The comments were going too fast and she actually accidentally hid you. Oh, thank you, Clary, for taking care of the slash and fun show. It's cute. Aw, thanks, Chica Chilled. Yes, that's a telescope. It doesn't work, though, unfortunately. Loney, my friend at school told me her parents did beat her, so to let her feel not so alone, I told her me too because I had such pity on her. 1 week later, I was invited with my parents to the director. Oh my goodness. Well, you really shouldn't lie if there's nothing going on. And then there is various forms of abuse. So just because it's a lower form or a higher form doesn't make it any more worse than the other, in my opinion. This is my solution. If there's a bully in high school, I think, or even in any school, I think the school shall Send them to military, should send them to military school. That would have to be a parental decision, right? First time I've been hidden. We're glad you're back. Sorry, Laura. Add to the list of things I never thought I'd say in my lifetime. Oh, you're funny, Lisa. And the chat jumped, yeah. You can't unhide it though, hey? When you click on it, what does it do, Clary? I'm curious. Does it give you any options after that, or is it just to block them? You're funny, Manish. I was very small. I lied no more. Yeah. I don't think I've ever lied about something like that. I don't think that's a good thing to do. I mean, you know, there's so many people that go through some brutal things in this lifetime that I've even heard stories of other people's stories, and I'm like, you know, I didn't even have it as bad as that, but because I didn't have, you know, I didn't have it as bad as that, I also realized that mine still wasn't very nice, you know? You got to go, Heather? Okay. We'll see you again later. Much love. Let's talk about today's youth. They are equally as skillful as the kids in the 80s and 90s. Absolutely. With all the technology that they have at their fingertips and everything they've been educated with in that sense, they absolutely have a lot of opportunity open to them that wasn't to the 80s and 90s, you know? And kudos to the 80s and 90s that are figuring it out and becoming successful amongst that, you know, lifestyle anyways, right? And amongst all the technology growth and change. Kudos to the people who are figuring it out that never had any education on it, that are fumbling through it. Hence me. You want some coffee now, Philly kid? You're funny. Society's not aware of this kind of offenses. I think that the kind of offenses that are aware in different continents vary. Different countries, situations vary. You can't come from India over to the US and Canada and say that you know, you're dealing with the same things. It's probably not like that, you know? We rock. Nice. Try to snack. You're funny. We didn't get you suspended, no. You didn't get suspended. You had to go clean schools. Is that what you're saying, Trudy? Excuse me. I think some of this bullying protocol is crazy and bullying more than ever with the internet. I think that the bullying that's done like in cyberspace is just as deteriorating as something, you know, happening face to face. So I think it's just as devastating to somebody to go through that, you know. What I really feel like we need to instill is more confidence in order to not have these kids being bothered at all by what other people are saying. But we care so much, especially at a young age, about what other thinks and about what others say. My youngest is 20. I'm always asking her questions. That's okay, Christine. I totally get what you mean, though. It's because we were not taught anything about this life, this digital technical life, you know. So we do rely sometimes on the younger generation to help us out. So kudos to the people that are figuring it out, is what I say. Just one sec, guys. Margie Stoltz. Just loving listening to you while I'm working from home. Took a break to say hi. Hi, Margie. To go extra. You're heading out, Trudy? Is that what you're saying, or no? Yeah, Laura, did you get the notification? No. You just saw your comment gone. No, I think that she's asking about the notification about me being on. Are you? Or maybe she's not. I don't know. I do all the tech stuff for my mom and grandma. That's right on, Kara. My son moved out. I had no one to fix the screen. It is hard at first when you're trying to figure out technology. Well, it's, yeah, every new thing I find is a little bit tricky because you're learning something new. You don't have any experience with it, you know? It's good, no problem. That's a good line too. Actually, 24-hour crime. Okay, interesting. You love the real talk, Philly kid? Yeah. I think a lot of people enjoy the interaction where we can just bounce things back and forth. That's the beauty of this panel here, though, is that I'm not here to just go, this is how it is. This is the way it is. You know, we are here to talk about it. So all expected to do work with this technology. We didn't even have computers for this younger group. There's always had them. Yeah, exactly, Trudy. You're so afraid of your stepson only because he's a very smart young man and he has Asperger's. I don't think that I don't think that those diagnoses should necessarily hold you back. They're probably, you know, is something they're going to be amazing at. So, you know, work with them to find out what it is that they have that's skilled, and they'll be just fine, you know. Well, if he does get bullied, you know, there's always, especially by the time you reach high school, there's always curriculums that you could probably do at home for homeschooling and have teachers assistants and specialists maybe come in and stuff like that. Lisa, Laura is glad you're here. I have the sarcasm too, Lisa. It's your second language. Yeah, I can be a little quick-witted. Oh, Lisa, you're cute. You find us all hilarious. Yeah, I love it. I hope we're all doing the exact same thing too. Just chuckling on our own end, just like, ha ha ha. Okay, Loney, have a great evening. Stay safe, sleep well. Good night. Yeah, it was a good time last time, wasn't it? Good times. So my surprise, you guys, Valentine's Day is quickly coming about, is I'm going to try to upload my first ASMR crime story. So we'll see how it turns out. Hopefully it's good. It's not going to be live, of course. Yeah, so hopefully we'll see how it goes. I would love your constructive criticism. Feel free to give me pointers or tips or tricks or thoughts or opinions, because I'll need it. I'll need it. It's the first time I've ever tried something like this, and I really do appreciate the feedback. So if there's something that I'm, maybe not doing, or I could be doing, or whatever it is, I hope to hear from you. Don't anyone bother saying, if I had a face like yours, it hurt too. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm not sure how it's going to go. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. So we shall see. Was there anything else that you guys wanted to talk about Randall Pruitt or Bryan Rogers? Gonna look up the cases on those guys. It's related, so it's the same case kind of thing almost, but dealing with the same people. It's been all over the news, though. You should have heard something about it if you have news coming in any way. Oh, clearly, though, Heather and somebody else that had said something. Heather and I think it was Boysen, maybe. Because I tried to look up that law they were talking about, and it was just a bunch of horse shit. So it's nice to know both of those people are like that. Well, the Watts case is done and over with, other than Nicole Kessinger and what might happen with her. But, the Roger Pruitt case, like that just happened, last month that he was arrested. and that the daughter ran away. No TV for you, Christine. Yeah, I know. I was wondering about other ones as well, though. Like specifically Lisa, who was saying she's going to look up the case. I wonder if she had cable. But the girl that this is all involving, like, she is a stunningly beautiful girl. I really hope that she overcomes all of this crap from her stepfather, Randall Pruitt. I feel really bad that I thought that was a foster thing. I don't know why I thought that. I honestly feel like I'm just mixing up too many cases in my head. Sorry, guys. You have satellite TV, but you don't watch it. You're more of a YouTube stalker. You're funny. YouTube stalker. Oh, boy. Excuse me. You can't stand the commercials on TV? Well, there's the same thing. It's like ads on YouTube, unless you have it blocked. Like you have one of those apps or something. Yes, hit the like button. If you guys are enjoying spending time with me, throw up a like sign. If you haven't yet subscribed, click that little red button. And thank you for the support and the like signs. I really appreciate that, guys. I wonder if there was any witnesses in Lawrenceville, Georgia, where, you know, the Pruitt family had come from. So they had moved from there. So she would have spent the majority of her life over there. And I'm wondering, you know, if there's any evidence of witnesses throughout any of this over there. Anybody else feel that his quote of Randall Pruitt's quote of "it's like having your soul ripped out of your body"? You think that was any kind of like connection to knowing how guilty he was and he was about to like be crushed by authorities? Excuse me. Me, Clary? Oh, I got you, Laura. It's Laura. You're funny, Laura. Yeah, I scrolled up a bit. I was like, what? And then I saw Laura's comment. You always text your son that you've fallen into the black hole of YouTube. Oh, yeah. I think that Randall Pruitt felt like he was definitely going to be caught. You know what I mean? It's only a matter of time before all of what he had done was going to come crashing down. Did you hear the interview with the biological father? No, I'd have to go and look at it. That is a weird quote, right? It's like having your soul ripped out of your body. I'm thinking, what? Like, no wonder he said he can't think, he can't eat, he can't sleep, he can't rest. If you know, if he knew what he was doing wrong to that girl all those years, I think he'd be a nervous wreck at getting caught, don't you think? That's probably exactly where that came from. A little bit of truth there, hey? He was really paranoid and scared that everything was about to crash down, and it sure didn't take long for that to happen, did it? That's exactly what I think, Mary. He was panicked about getting caught. You know, he was just trying to sound like a concerned person. But even their body language and stuff, you know, seemed very tense, propped up. I don't know, not authentic. No, he's in jail. His next court appearance is May 13th. Hello, Rebin. Badass bouncers in here. I love it, Lisa. Love it. Me, there was a snow truck that just pulled up. Hey, Lori, how are you? Hello, Mina. Good luck with your search for love. Who knows, Clary? Who knows? I think the mom should get. I don't think the mom knew anything about what was going on, Lori. And I think we shouldn't be too quick to jump at her until we can see some proof that she had some knowledge about this. You know, because it's very possible that he was that sneaky that he really hid it from Christine Pruitt. You know. Thank you, Mina. And, that's important if she did tell her and her mom didn't do anything about it. At that point, she is almost just as guilty as Randall Pruitt. So, you know, it's going to come down to, whether what the testimony and statements are of, you know, the child. Yeah, I think that we really, individually, you guys, if someone's coming to you with a serious accusation or a serious thought, such as suicide, we really cannot take it lightly. I even had a troll come through here one time trying to state that he or she was suicidal and what could we do about that. I didn't take it as a joke. I literally looked up a suicide prevention hotline for that country and gave him the phone number. So because honestly, like, and if think it's funny, or they can think it's funny or not, but the truth about it is that if it was serious, I'd feel comfortable more in my own skin knowing that I sent the information to possibly help them than just laugh it off or not really necessarily believe them because everyone's behind a keyboard and I really don't know. So I choose to take those kind of things seriously. And I would encourage anybody else out there that if you do get some kind of knowledge from somebody, no matter how small the detail is, if there's something bad happening, I would encourage you to take the appropriate steps to help that person, with all the helps things that are out there for people going through crazy shit, there's really no excuse to, negate or not believe or, not help, in my opinion. So sick of the victim shaming and not being believed. Well, what do you mean victim shaming? Like nobody's victim shaming at all. What are you talking about? And are you saying that to me, or are you, like, I'm confused, Lori. So before I respond, no, not here, just all over on YouTube. I don't think we should jump all over the rest of the family unless there was some knowledge that she knew about this. So if it comes out that there's proof about that, well, I think then we have the right, as society and the world and stuff, to condemn her for not doing anything about that and subjecting her daughter to it for 12 fucking years. If that's the case, then she's just as guilty. She might as well have been in the room raping her daughter herself, right? So yeah, I think she cleared it up, Lisa. She did. I read her thing saying no, not here, just all over on YouTube. If she knew about it though, and she didn't stop this, she is just as guilty, in my opinion. I'm gonna grab one more cup of coffee. He's so good. You're funny, Philly kid. I did see it. I just finished chuckling. Love all of y'all. Yes, the emojis are super cute. Oh, yeah, right. Yes, that might help, Lori. Am I supposed to ever get a dating? Just keep wiping away entire dating pool. Oh, Lisa. Lisa, you're so funny. There was an incident here in my province, actually, of a house in a rural area that there was a couple of dogs that attacked a deer. It was really crazy, actually. You could see it on the camera footage of the person's home, and they literally like tore this deer apart. Like, it was crazy. Of course, they didn't show it all on TV, but you could tell by the blood stains that were left behind in the snow that it was brutal. And I mean, there was hair everywhere. Of course, the animal control had come out to take care of the mess. But oh man. No, I did not. Where did that happen, Clary T? What does it mean to be a moderator? It means that I trust the person with the wrench to monitor my comments and make sure that nobody is being disrespectful, sexual, or attacking towards any of my viewers or me. So they are able to put you in a timeout or, put you out of the chat. So. You watched it on the ID channel? I love that channel. What man should die emoji? What are you talking about? I just saw a bunch more people hop on. How is everybody? Basically, if you get out of line, they'll give you the boot. Yeah, get the boot. Yeah, exactly, Laura. If my neighbor did that, I would go fuck him up. What are you talking about? Rich Media says, I look like a mistress. Well, for your information, I've never been with a married man because I don't believe that that is ethically okay or morally okay to do in any way. But that's my personal belief of how I choose to live. I also don't judge anybody who is that. But, emoji, what are you talking about? Well, thanks for the compliment, Rich, but you're glad you're lucky I didn't get insulted by it, right? Jeez. I guess if there was any truth to it, I might just get mad, but the dog's mauled her to death. That's crazy. Where did you say that happened, Clary? Oh, the neighbors thing. Was it Fear Thy Neighbor? Well, don't you think it's a little bit true, Rich Media? If somebody gets all super upset about something, there's probably a little bit of tiny truth to it, you know? And that's why they're getting so defensive. I know I've been there. So I speak from experience. Cat-loving woman mauled to death by neighbor's dogs. 57 found naked and bitten at home. She shared with 20 cats. How the heck do you... I think he was just trying to say it to see if I'd get insulted, Laura. But I've literally never been one, so why would I get insulted? It's not my personality. He locked his dogs in her yard? Oh my goodness. If that's not premeditated, I don't know what is. Chica's telling Rich, you just need to up your game. You don't do well with classy women with those lame lines. Mwah, Chica chilled. Queens like you, you're so sweet. You come in trying to be a dick and you end off of being sweet. How does that work? Does that ever work for you? Oh boy, 57-year-old woman who owned 20 cats. Vicious neighbors' dogs outside her Ohio home Friday. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Happened in 2014. What am I watching? You're so funny. It's the front window. It's where I get the most light. And so, honestly, like nothing. There's literally nothing going on. Focus. But I mean, it's the nice bright snow area. So, so that's what the fuck I guess I was watching. Of course, now I move my camera and I just can't get it back. I'm going to look into that story. What an awful way to go. No doubt. I've seen footage of people doing like poaching, like they're hunting animals illegally, endangered species, stuff like that. There was a video where I think they had killed a lion, and they were about to take some photos beside it, and another lion came around and killed them both. Crazy, absolutely crazy. It was on the news. Thank you for the name. I wrote down enough enough details to look up the case, Clary. And Sharkman Master Gaming. I'm not a gamer, unfortunately. I thought about getting into it, but I don't know. I think you're on the wrong platform, hon. There isn't really much gamers here. Do not see anything bad in mistresses. Suspect I'm looking for my mistress queen. Oh my goodness. What's the matter with your wife? Why can't she be your queen? Well, if you're looking for a mistress, you have to be married or whatever, don't you? Like, seriously. Otherwise, that's just having another woman or girlfriend. There you go. Laura plays video games. Do you play Fortnite, Laura? The world, we must stick together as one. Past 12 years. Lisa. Oh boy. There's some pretty interactive games out there nowadays, but I just don't have like the patience to do that much sitting around, and that's what it requires, right? You're not really moving very much. So if you do that and this, I feel like you'd never move. No, Lori, I think I missed it. Sorry, I'll scroll. Where's Lori? I saw your boot comment. Yeah. Am I missing the other one or something? I used to play the Covet fashion a little bit, but yeah, I used to. Back when I was working as a cashier, I was trying to stay busy at lunch breaks, you know? But Lori, no, I don't see your, all I see is you laughing at Clary. And then your previous comment that I can see is your boots comment, the boot. I don't see anything else, my dear. No, I didn't see it. I'm like, where is it? Well, I hope that you guys are, you know, excited for this ASMR thing. It should be fun to try. Nice, nice. Oh, so I guess you asked a question and then left and you didn't hear the answer, Shark? Oh, well, you'll have to watch the replay. Kids like watching me play Mario Kart. Hello, Ari. Yes, hello. Well, this has been really good. I mean, a little bit of discussion about this Pruitt case. It's still ongoing, of course, so there'll be more news to come, see how the charges pan out, see if there's, evidence against Bryan Rogers that, excuse me, that's going to sort of seal his fate as far as jail time, but we'll have to. No, Lori, I still don't see it. I don't know what's going on. I've been waiting for you to say it again, but no, that is weird. Clary, can you type out Lisa's, or just copy and paste Lisa's comment? And look after Sherry. Yeah, she does. Dad's home from the doctors. You're going to go see what he found out. Okay, girl. We'll see you later. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and click the little red button. Throw up a like sign before you head out the door. But yeah, I can't see the message, Lori. So I don't know if maybe Clary can. Lori supposedly is typing a comment and I can't see it. I can't read it. It's not even there. I wish you the best in the finding out the news from your dad, though, Lisa, whatever's happened with him, whatever testing he's gone in. Wishing you all the best for that. How do you copy and paste? You would just highlight the whole comment and then right click it to copy and go down to the comment section, right click to paste. No, there's nothing held for review, but she says she typed out a comment twice and it's still not showing up. So I don't know. The kinds of things that are out of my control, I really try not to care too much about. There's no point in getting upset about it, because I don't know. I can't see. She says she sent it twice, so I don't know. I don't see it either. The only other comment I saw was her laughing at you and her boots comment. She says she typed 2 comments in between there, and I don't see anything with her name beside it. Well, that's weird. Why are you guys asking me if I saw her comment? Weird. Like, did you see my comment? I did see the comment about the boots. I didn't see anything after that. Ari, where are you from? No, Lori had asked me if I saw her comment. And then you said, did you see it? I thought you said, did you see it? Yeah, you wrote, did you, Sherry? LOL, I love it. Oh, I think that was in reference to the game. I just realized that you were talking about. So Sharkman Master Gaming, please click the subscribe button. It's just below there, right below. Both your parents died when you were little? Aw. How old are you now, emoji? You're funny, Laura. You're laughing at me. See, Clary, she says she copied and pasted it 2 more times and still nothing, so. Perhaps it's what you're saying that maybe YouTube's not letting it go through. I don't know. It's certainly nothing we're doing, that's for sure. How old are you, emoji? She can't type it in. She's been trying and it's not letting her send the message. So now I'm wondering what she's trying to say because it could be being blocked. Ari, I asked you where you're from. So, Ari, you just want everybody to answer you, but you're not going to answer anybody else? Hello, Yusuf. Clary, can you just block Sharkman for me, please? Okay. Thank you, Clary. I'm bordering on blocking Ari, too. Come in here and demand answers from other people and then can't answer anything back. Start a dating service, exactly. Go somewhere else. Seriously, people. I'm okay, Yusuf. How are you? Life is always gonna suck, emoji. There's really, it's what you make out of it, for real. I mean, but it is hard. And know that it's hard for everybody. It's really not an individual thing. It's an everybody thing. You know, we all deal with lack of acceptance and being judged. And, you know, I don't think that, you know, you're going through something indifferent from the rest of us. I feel like we just don't talk about it as much. And yeah, it's depressing and hard sometimes with life, but it is what you make of it. And if you can find the things that cheer you up and keep you happy along the way, you can tap into those things whenever you're feeling down, but you have to know what those things are, which might be a fun process to figure it out along the way of what you like and what you don't like, right? But oftentimes, you guys, even just lack of fresh air, like stimuli outside of the home, is enough to sort of change the brain cells a bit from the depression feeling into, being able to handle life, because it is difficult, but being secure about yourself is key for sure. And just embracing the indifference, just because you don't necessarily feel like, you look the best, or you're the prettiest, or whatever it is that you have that you feel is not going for you. I think you need to reevaluate what's going on in the brain and self-talk yourself into treating yourself well. Look in the mirror and compliment yourself. Believe it. Feel it, Yeah, if you count on other people for your happiness, you guys, you're going to be disappointed. You have to feel happy within yourself first before you can even, give that to someone else. So, yes, I speak French. One biggest enemy is your own mind. You decide how you interpret your situation. That's what that should have ended like, Poison, right? Because that's very true. You decide how you interpret your situation. And, you can stay stuck on the negative, depressing things that didn't go your way and what you didn't have, or you can recognize that that's a piece of you, but that's not going to be who you are forever. That's just a piece of who you were at one point in time. And you move on and you build your own happiness. Forget about other people doing that for you. You should be doing that for yourself, creating your own happiness, if you rely on someone else to make you happy and then they're gone or something happens and they're no longer around, that could be the exact times you're feeling down and stuff, right? So you don't want to rely that on someone else. Anything could happen or go wrong even in that friendship or relationship, and if you're dependent on them for something like that and then it's suddenly taken away, you're back to square one and left to deal with things on your own. And I'm a strong believer of you make it what it is. Personally, I use prayer. That's the way that I've gotten by with life. It's the only thing that's strengthened me. But yes, I'm a Leo. What I feel is learn to enjoy every minute of your life. Be happy now. Don't wait for something outside of yourself to make you happy in the future. Absolutely, Street Hardy. That's absolutely true. Self-talk is so important because we tend to hear those negative comments and opinions from other people and they stick. You know what I mean? Try to have that exact same thing happen when someone gives you a compliment, instead of maybe not believing it or not finding value in it. Why allow the negativity to stick to you and not the positivity? That doesn't make any sense logically, right? Yeah, you have to train your brain. You're absolutely right about that, Chica Chilled, And I didn't always have a positive inner voice, you guys, because I was bullied and teased when I was younger and stuff. It created for me to have a negative, angry type personality. And I didn't really know how to switch that up until I became more confident in my teenage years and learned how to be positive with myself. But it's easy to slip back into the negativity. You have to be conscious of what you're doing, Hey, Michelle. I was hoping you'd come back on. I really wanted to talk to you about the book stuff, but I don't know how to contact you outside of YouTube. I was hoping maybe you could email me. I'll send my email address here. Oh, it's all cap lock. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Yeah, I'd really love to chat more about that because I'm feeling like I really just don't know how to go about starting all of that. And you had mentioned about starting from the current and moving back. And I just really want to talk a little bit more, even on the phone a bit, would be nice. If you have a phone number or something I can call you at, would be great. Hey, Joey, how are ya? I get that aspect of it. Yeah. Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate it. Your eyes told me you're a Leo. You're funny, Rich Media. Seriously? Is that how you read me? Well, I think if you're doing something consistently all the time, trying to catch yourself in the negative thought, that it's possible to retrain your brain in a sense, to not be so hard on yourself in a sense, and not, take at face value what people are saying that's negative. It may sound corny and cliche, but once you conquer your own mind, you will achieve whatever you want to achieve. Yes, you are right, Boysen. Absolutely. I mean, it's probably one of the hardest things, but there's literature, there's things out there you can learn how to do these kinds of things. It's just, it's really not easy, Yeah. I personally feel like I cared more than I should have about what other people thought of me, and I really should have been more independent and, you know, comfortable with myself and my own skin, with my own decisions and things like that. Although they weren't always good, which kind of makes you self-doubt on whether or not you're able to even make good decisions when something bad happens after making a decision. So and I mean, T, I think there's a certain level of it that we all kind of do. You misplace something or you forgot something and you're like, oh, I'm so stupid in a sense or something, or why didn't I think of that? But we have to be gentle to ourselves too. But if it doesn't bother you, well, you're just a different, rare kind of person. But for most people, if you're thinking all of those things that people have negatively said to you, it tends to really, really stick. And, if that's what you think about yourself, when always down and insulting, like how can you stay positive at that point? It makes everything harder, in my opinion. Compliments have the same effect on you. So that's what I mean. Then you're just a different kind of cat, girl. We don't all have those abilities, though. Yeah, especially if it's been ingrained into your mind or your personality. It's very difficult to switch roots on that. I agree, Chica. You're saying to boys, and it's awesome to tell people to conquer their own minds when they only know what's in their mind. Nobody around me talks shit about me to my face or that I hear. I down talk myself and I don't give a fuck what people think of me, and it really doesn't bother me. I don't care if they tell me I'm shit, because I'm like, dude, you're late to the party. I know it. You're funny. Compliments have the same effect. Yeah. I'm glad you tuned in. I'm glad that Clary was an inspiration to you, emoji. Yeah, you have to make your mind positive. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I'm the same way, Laura. For the most part, I don't really care. But of course, I'm always wanting to put the best foot forward. Who wants to do anything otherwise, right? No, I get it, Clary. You're saying no matter what with that negativity, you're not sticking on it. You're not staying there, You're like, whoa, whatever. I'm not perfect. I get it. Just put me down with my decisions. For 2 years. Got in my head that Well, that's good, Kara, for sure. Yeah, I think we got you, T. Here at the same time, we should kind to everyone. Yeah, including ourselves, Joey. You're right about that, And for those of you that are popping in and out, please feel free. Don't forget to hit the like sign and subscribe before you head out. I don't understand your question, Phantom Ice. Telling someone with suicidal thoughts who's depressed is to control their mind is like telling an amputee to get up and walk. Right. I understand where you're coming from, T. You have to go into your back office part of your analytics to set it up. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I think it's because somebody else was doing it and I kind of caught on with it. Sorry. Licks my wrench to me. Oh. Well, I appreciate that, Phantom Ice. You're hilarious. Oh, goodness. It's taken time to realize that people can't be pleased. Yeah. Best to just be you. At least if you're happy, you're maintaining your own self. Like, who cares what else is going on, really, with other people, And I mean that just in the sense of if everybody, that you can concern yourself with people that are possibly hurting others and hurting you or whatever, but not everybody is going to be pleased by you, and certainly not everybody is going to like you, or root for you or support you. So you might as well be happy in your own skin and brain, One sec. Oh, now Lori's going to start calling you Clary. Absolutely, boys, and you got that right. You got control over your own emotions. That's why I don't, apologizing for standing up for myself is really not something that I like doing. What's the point in standing up for yourself if you're just going to apologize for doing so? Emoji, you could always share all of her, social media stuff and get her 1 million subscribers. So go for it. You always call her Clary. Well, it must be Laura then, maybe. Yeah, it's Laura. Yeah. Yeah, she's cool. And she has a beautiful voice. Hello, Laser Baser. Yeah, love her voice. She doesn't even have an accent when she sings. It's beautiful. Although I wonder what that would sound like if anybody's capable of doing that, because those accents are so cool. You're funny. You prefer my accent. I don't even feel like I have one. I have a beautiful place. I try to keep the cats off the furniture. The accents are so cool. What are you talking about, Rich? Chat fam. Yeah, exactly. No, she has no accent. You didn't hear that when she was singing, or maybe you didn't hear the video that I shared of hers. And, you can't even hear her accent. It's so cool. One cat is up in their scratch post. See, this is why I don't like them on the furniture, because they have this huge thing right here. So I'm like, all right, I spent a lot of money on this thing. I really don't want you guys on the furniture. So, all right, boys, and have a good day. I would have really liked for you to explain to me that sleep it law that you were mentioning. From what I can see, it's a lot of horse shit. I don't think it's anything that's true. So I really wanted you to try to help me clarify on that. No, I don't think you could do white couches with kids. That's for sure. No. Cloud is just in the other room. I'm sure he's snuggled up. There he is. He just comes out because I called him. You subbed. Of course I'm grateful, Rich. Thank you. Very kind of you. Hopefully you threw up a like sign as well. I love Cloud too. I've had him for 7 years, you guys. He's awesome. My Saturday live was awesome, you guys. That was a lot of fun. We spent many hours laughing and chatting together. It was a blast. Cloud is beautiful. I like Minu too because he's all gray. You know, he's just as beautiful, but a different color coat. Thank you for the compliment, Mr. Tija. Yes, I hope you have a wonderful day, Rich. Michelle loves something. Oh, the Saturday show. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, we broke out the wine and we were having a good time. Yeah, I have 2 cats as well, emoji. On Saturday we had a bit of fun, yes. No, not getting drunk, just having a little bit of fun. Hi, Cloud. Meow. 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 I love you. Meow. He wants some wet food. That's what that is. Am I tired? Nope. But sometimes the lighting and shade of my mascara comes and looks like I have really dark circles. So just the lighting. No, I don't smoke cigarettes. Saturday Live, I was here. I can't believe it. I missed the singing. You missed the singing? How did you miss the singing? You did step away from your phone a couple times, though. Oh, okay. He doesn't even know how to spell properly. Oh, let's all laugh at Anna. Annan. Oh, boy. Who's your second subscriber? Right, Clary? When you read that, did you bust out laughing too? Because I mean, just like, oh my goodness, seriously, people. Yeah, pal. Love it, Chica. Aw, that's cute, Clary. Emoji, I think you mean bless you, Clary. Laura, apparently Clary doesn't like to be called T. I think music I'll listen to music after my sharing. Yeah, we're going to be heading out right away anyway. Thanks for the like signs, y'all. No, not by me. I knew what you meant. My plans after this, I'm probably going to do a little bit more research and start doing my first ASMR video. So let's see how that turns out. Definitely searching for constructive criticism for the upload on February 14th, Valentine's Day. So if you have a minute to come and check it out, great. You can't wait. Yeah. Hopefully it's everything that you think it's going to be and you're not disappointed. But I really encourage people to give me the constructive criticism on it too. So should be interesting. Yeah, that'll be an upload for Valentine's Day. So it's actually a Valentine's crime story. Yeah, I know you will be, Clary. I'm glad we make you happy, emoji. That's the goal, is that people come here and they become more cheered up. Life's hard, so we don't need any other hard places for people in life. We need some nice, comfy, easy places in life for some of us, right? And I'm happy to provide that here on my platform. Very, very positive here. Yeah. That's not to say that I'm not negative. Like, geez, you guys, I sure have my negative days, but we just can't live there. We have to move on and try to be positive no matter how hard things are, because, you know, there's people all around the world that have hard things they're dealing with. So I'm glad you feel good, emoji. Mission accomplished. If nobody has any last minute questions, I'm going to go and feed my kitties. Yes, please subscribe, hit the like button. I always love having more the merrier. That's how I see it. Thank you, guys. Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Excuse me. All right, guys. Well, yeah, it's been wonderful hanging out, wonderful chilling. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Love all of you guys, and I hope that you guys all have a safe and happy day. And join me again for TGIS on Saturday. We'll be back for another video live, and then we're going to be doing our upload for Valentine's Day. So bye-bye. TGIS. Thank God it's Sherry. Yes, love you guys. Much love. And yeah, stay safe, stay happy, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.